And I know for me, when I was in relationships where the person wasn't as what they thought they were, such as I was with one person, he lied he just lied. And it's like, well, wait a minute, let me give you a chance. Let me give you a chance to produce something outside of those lies, but he didn't take that chance like that. You see, when I've been given a chance to produce something from something horrible, it can be the most horrible experience I produced. So then I was like, okay, well, let me give you the same chance that I had because somebody gave me that chance. When I gave him a chance, he took the chance and was like, I'm going to now fuck her over. I'm just going to fuck everything over. I'm just going to take the business. I'm going to take the car. I'm going to fuck her over. Okay. So what do I do with that experience? Like, now I don't want to give you that chance. Now I'm going to take that chance to give it to somebody, the youth. Now I'm going to take the chance, okay, and give it to them because guess what? They not going to fuck me over. But for me, I learned, okay, nah, you just, that was wrong. So that's where I'm at with that. It's just like sometimes it's just depend on your experience. It's not that you don't love yourself. It's not that you have low self-esteem. The only time that I really had an issue with anything was when I was being abused, like totally hit on, and just like him every day telling me I was fat and worthless and just all kind of shit. But he gonna go buy us some food. It was just like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, what is it? What? I was confused. I'm talking about so confused. My brain was stopped. So just like, oh my God, this motherfucker. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So anyway, that's it. It's just like, at that point, that was like my lowest point, like where I was just like, man, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know how to deal with this person because he's giving me he's telling me one thing, but he doing something else. And then he come back and he fuss about it again. Then he changed it up. He was just like, he was so unpredictable. Like it was like completely fucking unpredictable, horrible. So I don't know. It's like you just get to the point where you just like, okay, how do I maneuver out of this? How do I get out of it? Especially if you've never been in a situation before. So it's like when I couldn't look at myself in the mirror, like I was just like, oh my God, I can't see myself. Like I couldn't look at myself. I could not look at myself, and it's not funny. Like that shit is not a joke. Like I saw Amy Schumer on there talking about, well, she could look at herself, and it's like, okay, cool. But no, I could not look at myself because I felt ugly and I felt disparaged and I felt lonely and I felt stupid and foolish and all those different things. And then next door to me is a dope fiend who's stealing shit. And it was just like, whoa, what kind of fucking what is this? We got roaches. And I'm like so like against shit. Oh my God. It just like all of it was just like, what the fuck? It just felt like I was sitting in the middle of somewhere that was just like unsafe, unsanitary, everything. And how am I going to get out of this, And so that's how you feel. But for somebody to take that and just like make it a joke, like it's like, this is funny. Like I'm sick, or try to call somebody out and say, you didn't have self-esteem. You don't have self-love. You don't have all this stuff for yourself when that's all you thinking about. Cause that's the other thing. I don't think people think about how much a person thinks about their survival when they in a situation where they feel like they probably won't be able to survive. You thinking about your survival. Like you look at a woman, oh, he blacked your eye. You gonna feel bad for her, but then you gonna tell her, oh, you got low self-esteem. You don't love yourself. You don't have no self-love for yourself. Not to say that that's everything that somebody's talking about, even though it hurts. Like you just like, oh my God, like you cannot. I'm not saying you can't. You probably can. It just depends on the person. But I'm just saying we have to find new ways to communicate with people to let them know that they are worthy of something different. And the only thing that was for me is like, I am an independent person. So it's like, if I was going to get out, I would have to survive by myself. I would have to be able to survive by myself. So I just started working a lot of jobs. I just started working, and I knew I could survive by myself. And so it's up to the point like where when he left, it's like, okay, he left. Like he is gone. And that was it. Like, let him go. because because they'll draw you back in with their whole sympathy stories, like all the shit that's wrong with them, all the shit that happened to them in their life, everything that they went through, all this, they'll try to draw, like you'll be coming back, trying to help them, trying to save them. If you're a good person, that's what you're doing. You basically trying to save them from themselves. And you can't hear it. You can't listen to it, because that's just their way of drawing you in. Because as soon as they get you in, they gonna snap. They gonna snap. And that's what he would do. He would draw you in, then snap. Then he'll like push you back away, and then snap again, then snap again, then snap again. And it wouldn't be a snap. When he draw you in and tell you all his problems, he'll snap on you and tell you all yours. Like if you ain't this, your shoes ain't right, your hair ain't right, your mama ain't good, your daddy ain't right, your sister, look at her back. Look, all the shit that he know about you that could tear you down, he'll take it and just basically just throw that shit in your face after he tell you all the shit he been through. And you just like, damn, like, what the fuck? Like, I thought we was having like a place of peace, like where we listening and talking to each other. Nope. He'll come in and just like snatch it. And the thing was, I think the reason why he went through my stuff is because sometimes I didn't tell him anything. I was just like, okay. Because I had got to a point in my life where I was like, I can't keep remembering all this bullshit. It's like, this is a new era in my life. This is a new era in my life. And I forgot. I completely forgot every fucking thing. I will forget it'd be like, I will forget. So it's just like, until I remember. But yeah, it's just like, that's how it is. It's just, that's how it goes. So that was my thing. It would be like, he would draw you in, and then boom, and then hit you. See? So it's like, you can't, like a snake. That's a snake, ain't it? But yeah, you just like, whoa, that's crazy right there. Like it's, and so it's like, you cannot be like, oh, you had low self-esteem, or you didn't. I did have low self-esteem, but not based on him. I didn't have self-love because I didn't know what that was. I had just come from a school where I wasn't accepted by black people, white people, and I had just come through all this stuff, made my way out of the hood with nothing but $1,000 and some dollars in my pocket, and that was it. I lost my friend, lost the kid. No, at that point, I had just lost the kid, my first child lost, just a lot, right? And I'm in here looking at this person, trying to help him through his life stuff. And I had already gone through all that stuff by myself, because nobody was there. Nobody. Like, I was going through this by myself. Trials and tribulations on my own. That was it. I didn't sit down and tell people my problems. I didn't, it was just like, I worked, and got through it. And so, to have a person that's come and try to disconnect me from that was like, whoa. Like, I had just got to this new point in my life where I was okay with being by myself. I was okay with handling my problems. I was okay with all these different things. Low self-esteem, self-love, I don't know. But I'm saying, if I see somebody now in that situation, that's why I talk about my situations too. So other people start to be like, okay, because I understand too through other people of like, okay, this is what they have gone through. So even going through situations of self-love and stuff like that, you just like, wait a minute, that is not low self-esteem. That is not loving yourself. It's not. Sometimes just even surviving is loving yourself. I believe that wholly and truly. I know it. Because can't nobody come in and just tell you that you ain't nothing. That's something they're going to have to put into you every day. Because if that's the case, when I got out of the situation, why did I think I was the shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it never was there, where did it come from then? Because it was still there. Even though I couldn't see it, even though I couldn't feel it, it was still there. Because when I got out, I shit, so that's the whole thing. It's like, you just have to realize what you're saying to people. Yes, it's painful too. Like, you got to say some shit sometime, but man, those words really hurt. Low self-esteem, retarded, even though they could be true. No self-love. You just like, man, really? We gonna be that hard on each other? And that's the whole thing. I think that's what people saying. We gonna be that hard on each other, but we not gonna be that hard on people that still make it after that. We not gonna be hard on all the people that that do go through all the same shit that some of the celebrities that we put under the jail go through, and then it's just like they okay. But then for black people, it's like we still got that mentality where we don't understand. Oh, you just don't understand. When in my heart of hearts, I tried to understand him. Truly tried to understand him, because I was like, this is something that somebody has to really take notice of. This is something that somebody really has to stop within that boy had to be stopped, because it's like, would he do that to the next woman? Would he do what he did to me to the next person? He had to be stopped. I'm sorry, he did. That some people you meet, just like, no, you have to be stopped, because you cannot continue to be this kind of person. Like, you cannot continue to be this person and think that it's okay. You cannot. Some people do. Like, that man who, whatever, he told me that he had set up a girl to be raped. That's when I was like, man, I remember when I was in college, like, are you fucking kidding me? The shit that I forgot about. I'm like, this motherfucker, he has to be stopped. Like, some people you just like, what? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Do you know the shit that we go through after that shit? Or don't go through? Or the shit that we cover up and don't, like, it's like, do you know? Do you know what's going on? Like, do you understand the stuff that I'm telling you? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, it's like, that's the whole power situation. And some of this stuff we can stop before it even happens. Like, in school, not by fussing at the kids when they first get in school. Learn the children first. Like, learn what they are, like they habits. Do they take over the classroom? What do they do? How do they, what do they do? So that we can be like, okay, wait a minute. You can't move into a person's space and that's not your space. You can't put your pencil on this person's desk, because this is your area. This is their area. Because that's how men get. Some men will come in and snatch stuff from you. You just like, no, dude, like, I don't know you like that. Like, I don't know you. Like, so don't snatch from me, because it does not make me feel comfortable. And some women would do the same thing. Come in and snatch stuff. What you snatching for? Like, what is that for? Because at the same time, and then somebody might, oh, you don't have self-love because you let them take that out your hand. Why? This is a situation where I don't even know this person. And if they snatched it from me, then what the fuck is wrong with them? That's what we need to be looking at. Like, you don't come in and take something from somebody. That's their property. You don't do that. It's almost like we not teaching the right things, but then the people who go through the problems, we like, okay, well, you have problems. Like, you are fucked up. And it's not the people that have went through it. It's the people that put them through it that we need to be like, why would you put me through that? If they don't understand themselves, that's when we need to start to, like, okay, investigate what's going on. Like, why would that happen? So we can truly start to realize and see the patterns and get people the help that they need, because it's not something that's going to happen overnight. But it's almost like what we doing is just like pointing, and then just not figuring out the problem at all. You just not going to figure it out. You're not going to get it together. You're not going to see that maybe I'm doing this because I have the potential to do something else. Maybe I have bottled up energy to do something else. Maybe it's because something else. It could be all these ways of acting out that they don't even know, because they don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to express it. They don't know how to get it out. They don't have any other way of coping with what they're doing. So now this is their way of coping with what they need and what they have to get and how they have to get to it, because they think that this is okay. Right? So it's like we're not giving anybody other solutions, especially when we put them in the media and it's like, oh, we just gonna make fun of you, or oh, we just gonna but what is the solution? Like, what is the solution? What is the true solution? Should that man have really been doing an interview? It's like, should he have even been doing an interview? Like, what is the interview for? What was it for? It was too soon for him to even be on TV. And so you just like, okay, no, he shouldn't even been doing an interview. And that's the part that's hard. It's like, we need to start looking at that too. Like, should he have done an interview? Should the women have even done an interview? The women, they probably should have. Like, it's like, that's their voice. But him, should he have actually just like sat there and did an interview? No, he shouldn't have. It was not time for him to be on TV or be like, it's just like he had to like let him, I don't know. But it's like some things we just keep laughing at, and it's like, that shit ain't funny. We got to fix this shit, because y'all talking about y'all want the community fix. You want this done. The preacher up here preaching about one thing, but ain't nobody really doing shit. And that's the whole thing. That's why I'm just like, why even get into the race? What's the race for? Why even get into the meat of it? Why you even do it, Shantae? Why try? Why try? But it's almost like God put you in this position, like whatever. He put you through a lot, so now guess what? You're gonna have to use